Ready when you are. So next we're going to talk about CoRec rules. So CoRec and 4-on-4, you'll have to have 2 guys and you have to have 2 females. And that will be typical of what will happen. In order to start the game, you cannot have a +2 advantage. So what that means is you can have one person, one more gender than the other gender. So you can have a 2-to-1, or you can have of either gender. So you can have 2 guys and a female, or 2 females and a guy, but you can't have 3 and 1 because that would give you that +2 advantage. So you can't have 3 guys or 3 girls in order to break that 4-on-4. Some new things for CoRec. What we were talking about earlier is probably one of the most important things. In the past, if a female is involved in either throwing the ball or catching the ball for a touchdown, it is 9 points. As we just discussed, it is only 6 points this year. So in the fall, it may change going backwards, but for the spring, for 4-on-4, it will only be 6 points. So in order to, whenever we start a possession, we will always start open. So as we talk about open, you're just gonna leave one hand open, and that's gonna be your signal. So it's a down, open arm. And so when we start the possession, that means that any person can catch the ball and any person can throw the ball. When you have a male-to-male completion, is at that point in time, the play will be closed. So we're gonna go from open and then we're gonna close the play. So if there's a male-to-male completion, it'll be 2nd down and it'll be closed. Okay. So what the closed play means is that a female has to be involved. So she can either throw the ball or she can catch the ball. Either one is required, but one of them has to happen. And once you make that, the rest of the play doesn't matter. You just have to have that initial throw or catch. So if you have a female throw to, or if you have a male throw to a female, she can then immediately touch it, pass it to a male, and then the male can run. So that would open the play, and then the male can continue going forward. So I talked about how when we start a possession, it's always open. That is not going to be true for the try. So if there's a male-to-male completion for a touchdown, the try will be closed. One important thing to note is also that penalties are not affected by open and closed statuses. So if you have a penalty, it's just going to continue on as if it didn't happen. So in order to open a play, so there are 3 requirements that must happen. You must have that female involved, but you must also have a legal forward pass. So it has to be on the other side of the line of scrimmage. You have to have a forward pass, and so it shouldn't necessarily be hard for 4-on-4. The rules will change a little bit for 7-on-7 when you've got some running plays in there, but for 4-on-4, you just have that natural pass going forward.
So what if I throw it to, or he throws it to Sean, or throws it to me, and I'm not over the line of scrimmage, and then I run through? Is that a good play? So he throws me a very short pass, I'm behind the line of scrimmage, I catch it, and then I run through the line of scrimmage.
So what happened in the play? So you got that glass plane. So the football has to be the first thing to break that plane, and once that glass plane is broken, then we can do a couple of things, but you first must throw the ball past that plane. Okay? Any questions about glass plane? Any questions about CoRec rules? Any additions to add for CoRec rules?
The smartest man in the room.
I'm the smartest man in the room?
Yeah, sorry. It's okay.
That is a key to deviation, yes. All right, up next is Danny. Danny is going to talk about something fun concept.
The next thing